The economic convulsions that racked Western societies between the two world wars were seen at the time by most Marxists as being the breakdown of the capitalist system which Marxist theory had always predicted. However, whereas according to the theory this was supposed to lead to communism, in not one single such Western society did communist regimes emerge. What did emerge in several of them was fascism.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Terror Hill Entertainment video. Today we'll be talking about the Frankfurt School, how it started, and how it influenced the Western world. Due to this being a controversial topic, and depending on which side of the fence you are, you will either think they have done nothing wrong, or you will consider them as intellectual villains. However, I will try to go into this topic with an unbiased view.
Nach dem Ersten Weltkrieg war ich sehr unruhig in meinem inneren Wesen, denn mein Vater, bei dem ich ja zunächst einmal im Geschäft war, hatte mich immer gelehrt, dass die Menschheit fortschreite und dass Kriege mehr und mehr überholt seien, dass in Wirklichkeit keine Kriege mehr sein sollten. Dann war der Krieg 1914 bis 18 gekommen und diese Hoffnung hatte sich als ein unmöglicher Optimismus gezeigt. Und da sagte ich mir, ja, da stimmt etwas an diesem Optimismus nicht und begann Marx zu lesen.
This is a video essay on the Frankfurt School, as well as the effects of cultural Marxist philosophy, which according to some allegedly control Western intellectualism, politics, and culture. Stated that it was by design and was created as a means to eradicate Western values, social systems, and European ethnic groups in a preemptive attempt to spark a global communist revolution. The Frankfurt School was a group of scholars known for developing critical theory and popularizing the dialectical method of learning by integrating society's contradictions. It is most closely associated with the works of Max Horkheimer, Theodor Adorno, Erich Fromm, and Herbert Marcuse. The Frankfurt School is a school of social theory and critical philosophy associated with the Institute for Social Research. The Frankfurt School was initially comprised of intellectuals, academics, and political dissidents who were dissatisfied with the contemporary socio-economic systems such as capitalism, fascism, and communism in the 1930s. If you were ever interested in why the world today is ever so divisive and changing, as well as why the political landscape of modern politics seems to put the needs of middle-class people last, it may be related to something called critical theory. To put it bluntly, critical theory is the theory that we need to criticize everything and everyone in order to achieve a Marxist utopia where there are no oppressors. But unfortunately, this philosophy could have ended in Germany like most orthodox Marxist theories do, but I will get to that later. When the Frankfurt School started, they believed that Germany was in perfect condition for a communist revolution, given that they lost World War I and that people were dissatisfied. But when none of that came to fruition, the school continued to do its studies based on economy, sociology, and psychology, which at the time was not seen as sinister as people will come to label it today.
Es hat sicher zum Antisemitismus seinerzeit ungeheuer beigetragen, dass jemand den Ausdruck das jüdische Problem erfunden hat, wodurch eben selbst der größte Irrsinn, den man behauptet hat, von vornherein doch als etwas in problematischer Form erschien, also als etwas, worüber sich nachzudenken ernsthaft verlohnt, anstatt dass dieser Irrsinn mit seinem Namen benannt worden wäre.
Da heißt es Art Pessimismus. Die immanente Logik der gesellschaftlichen Entwicklung weist auf den Endzustand eines total technisierten Lebens hin. Die Herrschaft der Menschen über die Natur erreicht ein solches Ausmaß, dass der Mangel und damit die Notwendigkeit der Herrschaft von Menschen über Menschen verschwindet. Das Ende jedoch ist zugleich völlige Ernüchterung, das Erlöschen von Geist, soweit er vom Verstand als Werkzeug sich unterschied.
But in the underbelly of the school, they wanted a worldwide communist revolution. They knew it was a matter of time, but as people gradually went towards less extremist ways of government, such as social democracy, they came to the conclusion that men were weak and they were a product of a capitalist society that in turn made them this way. They made remarks stating that man was a product of history, and they would not be able to incite communism in a militaristic way, and they would do so by undermining and subverting traditional values, as they believed that once a man has freed himself from the shackles of the status quo of society, he will see fit that communism will be the only thing that will save him. Unfortunately, these ideas would have come to an obscure and anticlimactic end if Germany did not elect a dictator. Max Horkheimer, Theodor Adorno, Erich Fromm, and Herbert Marcuse, being Jewish themselves, feared that they would be persecuted if they stayed any longer. So as soon as they got the chance, they packed their bags as well as their ideology and moved to the United States, particularly to sunny California. When they arrived in the United States, a famous quote by Adorno was, "It could be paradise on earth, but it was only California." When they integrated into American society, members of the Frankfurt School had allies in the United States. They had spent some time sending letters to prominent fellow sociologists in the States and had established connections within academia. Meanwhile, Columbia University's sociology department was running empty and needed new staff, and they seemed to like what they saw in the Frankfurt School. All they had to do was get into America, and soon enough they ended up in the halls of academia. Fortunately for them, there was an institute for international education devoted to fleeing scholars from Germany. Once in the country, the Frankfurt School set up its own lexicon and proceeded to teach and go on tours to other universities. Some of the many products of critical theory, and I will cover some of these in future videos, seem to be the following: feminism, racism, particularly racism against white European oppressors, global warming, multiculturalism, social justice, social movements, the hippie movement, and many more. They believed that being critical of society would eventually build numbers within said society that will come to accept Marxism and replace any political system with communism, as they believed it would be a Marxist utopia, a utopia free of oppressors who are making life so unbearable.
Was sind demagogische Tricks?
Also, das sind Arten des Sprechens, die noch nicht ganz erforscht sind, von denen aber einiges sich sagen lässt. Etwa die Masse der Superlative in einer Rede. Oder das Wir und die anderen, die in dieser Rede schlechthin die Guten und die Schlechten bedeuten. Oder das absolute Ziel, das absolut gut ist, von dem wir vorher gesprochen haben. Das völlige Ausschließen des Zweifels aus der Rede. Oder die Erklärung des Demagogen: Ich bin ja wie ihr. Ich bin einer von euch, auch wenn es gar nicht wahr ist.